Bump and run. Bump and run. The ball is played all the way back on the inside of your right foot. You want your right shoe and foot to be perpendicular to the target line. On this shot, you want the club face square to where you want the ball to start. Weight is 70% in your lead side or left side. And the hands are on the inside of the left thigh, which creates a lot of shaft lean with your weight left and the ball in the back of your stance. As you can see from here, I'm set up with a slightly open stance with my toes, and I want my shoulders and hips and knees to all be lined up or stacked up on that line. Another interesting thing on this shot, with the ball so far back, my left hand grip is stronger, and I have the thumb of my left hand on the side of the club, not at 1 o'clock like when I'm hitting a normal golf shot. That's so I don't have to rotate the face on the backswing and forward swing. I can simply let the club hinge up as it goes back, and the club face is hooded, and now I can hit down on this shot, and as you can see when I come in, the handle is further forward at impact. Okay, so I have the handle forward at impact, and you can see that that is really good for hitting down on this shot. And stuck it in the ground a little bit there, which can happen, but basically you're letting your right hand and wrist release to a pretty straight line with your lead arm or left arm here. There's a lot of guys out there teaching take it back, set the angle, and then turn through. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to set that angle and then unhinge it down against your lead arm. The body's only going to rotate because you move forward, but I'm not thinking turn at all on this shot. I'm simply letting the club head go back, hinge up, hit down and through this shot. So this is the only shot in the short game where I am going to be swinging on a different line than my toe line and my shoulders. As you can see, my toe line and my shoulders are open, but I am going to swing in to out on this shot. So you can see the club come back. You can see how it's closed or hooded. And now I'm going to hit down and through, and you can see the club going out, going through. So I'm hooking this ball, or putting some hook spin on this ball with the path of the club, not by the rotation of my arms and hands. I'm simply hinging the club up with my hands and wrist and then hitting down and through it. One thing that is universal in teaching golf is that the more you play the ball back in your stance and the more you get your shaft leaning forward, the more likely you are to hit the golf ball first. Okay? And on this shot, it's very important to have your weight in your left side to hit down and through this shot. Those are 3 keys to this shot. You can see that I have even shifted my weight slightly on this shot to my left side. But this is a very effective shot if you're trying to hit the ball low and chase it up over a tier to a back hole location. I think it's a tough shot to learn how to hit for a lot of people, but once you learn how to hit it, it can become very effective. It is the lowest shot you're going to hit. I don't recommend doing this really with anything but a sand wedge, because the ball's just going to come off like a rocket. Okay? So if you look at this setup position, and then we look at face on with the putt chip with the ball in the back of our stance, you can see that this is a way from the putt chip to play a kind of a bump and run, okay? So it's a simpler shot to play it as a putt chip with just the ball back, but for those of you that want to hit it like the tour players do it more like I'm doing it here on the left. And that is a great shot to have, and you'll hear guys on TV talking about hitting a bump and run, and it's a very effective shot. I hope this has helped your game. And for more information, go to LarryRinker.com.